Alright guys, so we are now approaching the famous, or the most photographical spot in whole Guatemala, which is the iconic Santa Catalina Arc, right there. So I want to tell you a bit about its history and what was the point of even having it here. So this yellow arc here in Antigua is the most famous landmark. It was built in the 17th century and it allowed nuns from the convent of Santa Catalina to cross the street without being noticed, without being seen. So it did serve a purpose. It was not just here for looking good, but actually served a purpose here. No, nothing. So that's it. You have many indigenous people here also selling and stuff, or some sweets, traditional sweets that they say typical sweets. I haven't even eaten anything yet. It's 1 p.m. but you probably know me at that point. I do not eat too early. Let's just pass here. Gotta continue. Then we can go here and then here. Let's see. So you see the traditional clothes that the ladies here are wearing. Actually, most of the ladies, I don't see men, I don't know why. It's mostly the ladies. So the people with the indigenous ancestry. So we are now moving in the direction of the Central Park of Antigua. It looks quite different from Ruinas Copan that I've seen in Honduras or Cusco in Peru, because the streets are somewhat wider, as you can tell. So they look different, and the architectural style is also different. I'm not an expert, but it does look different. If there are any experts among you, please let me know what kind of style it is and why it looks so different. Maybe there are historical reasons for that. I don't know who built it and which year. But definitely much wider streets than in Cusco or Ruinas Copan in Honduras.
Massage, amigo?
Massage, no. I don't know what kind of massage. I'm not into that. Yeah, here we are at the Central Park of Antigua. I must say it's pretty clean and looking nice. There's a fountain in the middle. It doesn't look much different from the other Central Parks I've seen before, but definitely very clean for Central American standards. No offense, but it is. And there are people carrying stuff on their heads, as you can tell there. We've seen that before in Honduras, but here as well. Here we have the fountain, with a sculpture, a lady holding her breasts. On that side we have the cathedral, which seems to be under reconstruction, so it doesn't seem to be accessible. No, it's locked there. We can enjoy it from the outside. Anyway, it doesn't look so nice at the moment, so I wouldn't even bother going there. And here you have many people, clearly not just the tourists but also many locals. It's probably the most popular touristic spot in whole Guatemala. Guatemala, Antigua. Just to give you a bit of the insight, so this church right there was built in 1540, so it's pretty old. It's called Catedral San Jose, so it's rather a cathedral than a church. I'm not a big expert, but to me cathedral is something bigger than a church. And here we have the Real Palacio de los Capitanes Generales, which is unfortunately closed today So it's a royal palace of the general captains, which also had a big importance here. So a royal palace basically. But as I told you, unfortunately closed on Mondays, but we can enjoy it from the outside. There you have the flag, and also the national symbols right on the top. Now guys, we approached the Tanque de la Unión. It's one of the most iconic landmarks of Antigua Guatemala, and it's known for its historical and cultural significance. So it's a colonial area. It's a colonial era public wash basin, but it doesn't mean that the people wash themselves here. It means that the women would come here and wash their clothes in those stone basins right over there. And this yellow one is called the tank. It was built in 1853, so a bit later on than the place we've seen before. And it was also served as a social hub where women would exchange news, stories, traditions, and basically just spend their time chilling with their besties. I guess that's what a woman from that era would do normally. So here you have the basins also. It was for each person, I would assume, a basin that they could use to wash their clothes. I wonder what this was used for. Maybe this is for the soap. So, but it also has a hole. I guess so. I guess that was for the soap. And then we put the clothes there, and the water that we collect here would go down the drain here and then all the way to the sewer. And I guess they would take the water right from here. That's why the water is here, but will be clean here more or less, and then over here mix it with the soap, wash it, and then it goes down the drain. Amazing. Here we see the Santuario San Francisco el Grande, the church that was also a bit damaged over time, but still there. So I don't know when it was built exactly, but it looks quite old. So yeah guys, I just had experience with those tuk-tuks here. They charge you like 40 to 50 to get to the place where Uber charges you 36. And that's for the car, proper car, not the tuk-tuk. And then I went for the bike option. Should be here in about 1 minute, and it costs 16. So he wanted to charge me 40, which is about $5, and bike costs $1.50, $2. So check before you go for them. But yeah, the price, it's outrageous. I think it's not okay. I would assume the price should be 10, 15 at most. Also this kind of taxi, but this kind of tuk-tuks, no, don't do that. Don't do that because they are too expensive. Okay, there is the server of the day, Jürgen, even with the German name. Amazing. Sí, correcto. Creo que tiene que estar abierta ahora a esta hora, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí.
Ajá.
Desde temprano la abren.
¿Cómo?
Desde temprano la abren.
Oh, perdón. Momento. Sorry.
¿Estás bien?
Sí, sí, sí. Solo se me cayó la pierna. Todo bien, ahora sí.
¿Sí?
Ahora
¿Todo
sí,
bien?
todo bien. Sí, sí, sí. Estuvo como liso acá, no sé qué me pasó. Quizás yo no lo pone bien. Pero todo bien ahora. Estoy fijo. Todo bien, vamos.
¿No te lastimaste?
Yo vivo tengo dos piernas todavía, eso es bacán. Perdón, ¿qué dijo, señor, antes? No entendí. O sea, la finca sí tiene que estar abierta, yo quiero entrar, ir por allá. O sea, entrar, conocer.
Es bonito.
El domingo. Ah, muy bonito. Ah, ok.
Desde temprano la abren.
Ah, desde temprano, ok. Bueno, yo llegué un poco más tarde, pero ojalá todavía puedo entrar. Y no sé si se puede comer allá también.
Bien, ahí hay restaurantes.
Ah, qué bonito. Es que yo acabo de llegar. Porque la gente se va por Antigua, porque es más bonito, más seguro.
Es más seguro.
Eso, yo pensé estoy pensando en eso.
Muy seguro. Aquí no te pueden robar porque sí lo agarran.
Sí, porque me han dicho, yo llegué ayer como a las 10 de la noche al apartamento. Y el portero me dijo, bueno, yo dije, yo ahora voy a buscar algo para comer. Yo le dije, él me dijo, por favor, no, zona 1. Él me dijo, por favor, no sale, porque a las 10 ya es un poco pesado en la calle. No sé, depende, creo también.
No, es tranquilo.
Tranquilo. No, acá, en la capital.
Ah, en la capital. Sí.
En la capital, zona 1, en la capital, donde el Palacio Nacional, creo se llama, o presencial. Bueno, no tan lejos. Pero él me dijo que hace como 3 semanas han robado a un chico que se quedó en este apartamento. Me dijo que ya han robado hace corto. Y yo dije, bueno, quizás Uber Eats sería mi opción en este caso. Porque normalmente yo camino sin problema, camino por donde sea. Pero en la noche yo evito, en la noche yo no lo hago tanto.
Pero sí, en la capital a la noche no larga.
Sí, porque yo estoy pensando, porque yo conocí a alguna gente y mucha me dice que vive acá, que no quiere vivir en la capital. Yo estoy pensando por qué, pero ahora creo que lo entendí, por la seguridad.
Esto sí puedes hacer a la 1, 2 de la mañana tranquilo. Y no
¿Acá?
pasa nada.
Ah, ok, cualquier hora entonces. Pero es que por la presencia de policía o por qué, o por el turismo, o sea, que intentan hacerlo más seguro.
Por el turismo intentan de hacer la Antigua más segura.
Ok,
Ajá.
pero creo que...
Aquí en Antigua hay botones de pánico. Si te roban, machucas y la policía rápido busca.
Ah, ok, entonces los ladrones no se metan por acá porque les van a encontrar.
Ajá.
Ah, ok, en la capital se pueden perder y ya.
Sí, en la capital.
Ah. Pensando que tengo que bajar del moto. A mí me gusta caminar, ¿sabes? Yo acá caminé a Puerto Antiguo casi.
Sí.
Sí.
Aquí muy bonito.
Ah. Hay caballos también. Creo que se ve mucho en Alemania, de hecho, los caballos. Acá yo no he visto como muchos. Pero acá se puede montar también, creo.
Sí, aquí sí.
Aunque yo no soy un fan de montar animales. O sea, yo no soy vegetariano, digamos. Yo como carne, mucho carne, pero no me gusta usar animales de esta forma, ¿sabes? Como montar. No sé, no me siento bien con eso, ¿sabes? Hay niños jugando acá, fútbol.
La escuela, La Esperanza.
¿A la escuela?
Esperanza.
¿Por qué la esperanza? O sea, es...
Es un proyecto.
Ah, ok, ¿por la gente de recursos bajos o...? Ah, ok. Entiendo. ¿Pero sabes algunas palabras en alemán o nada?
No, yo no.
Solo Jürgen es el único que sabes decir en alemán.
El que sí sabía mucho hablar fue mi papá.
Ah, ok, claro, porque es...
Falleció.
Ah, lo siento. Ok.
No te preocupes, él ya se murió cuando era muy chiquito.
Bueno, muchas gracias, Jürgen.
Bueno,
En
un
alemán
placer.
se dice vielen Dank. Vielen Dank es muchas gracias.
Ah, feliz.
Gracias,
Adiós, te
Jürgen.
cuidas.
Adiós, igualmente. Ok, vamos a ver. Admisión, nacionales no. DPI no. Sábado, domingo 10. Extranjeros 10. Ok, buenas tardes. Ah, buenas. Sí, ya tardes. Gracias. ¿Puedo entrar por acá? Ok, gracias. No sé si se nota, pero yo soy extranjero. Entonces, creo que cuesta 10, ¿verdad? Ok. A ver, acá tengo 10. Y hay también restaurantes por allá. Ajá.
Hacia la derecha el primer restaurante, que es la Azotea Carbón. Tenemos hacia la izquierda 3 lugares más. Y hay una deli que es de sándwich gourmet, ensaladas y pues todo tipo de bebidas con café.
Ok.
Las actividades, pues también contamos con un tour de café, taller de chocolate. Hay 2 tiendas, la de café al frente y la de chocolate a la derecha.
Y hay tours de
Tenemos
café y
tour
chocolate.
de café y un taller de chocolate.
Ok, porque me gustaría hacer un tour también. Eso es... Sí, tour de me encanta café, por eso.
Tenemos diferentes horarios. El primer tour comienza a las 2 de la tarde, este es en inglés. Luego a las 3 de la tarde ya tenemos inglés y español. 4 y 5 de la tarde es el último.
Ah, ok. O sea, para mí no importa cualquier inglés o español, entonces a las 2 sería... A las 2 de la tarde, ¿verdad?
A las 2 de la tarde hay un tour ya en inglés. Este tiene un costo extra de 50 quetzales.
¿Cuántos?
50.
50, ok.
Y el taller de chocolate es uno de 1 hora de 125 y 2 horas son 175. Tenemos paseos a caballo también, renta de bicicletas en uno de los restaurantes de abajo, y área de minigolf. Entonces, todas las actividades son independientes, las puedes cancelar.
Here we are, guys, the La Finca Azotea. So it's where also they grow cafe and other, I think chocolate also is also being planted and grown here. So we'll have a tour in this Museo del Café Museum, and also go see where it grows, I believe so, and also where coffee is being roasted, processed, and what I was promised by the young lady over there selling the tickets, that we also have a chance to try the coffee. So let's see. So you have a small shop where you can buy coffee and everything related to it, but also souvenirs. Typical Guatemaltecan souvenirs here. Even avocado made out of wood. I assume it's avocado.
But this one is 3 years, so this is like the first crop. If you want to smell the coffee, it's very sweet, very acidic, yeah, very citrus. First, yeah, check the color, and second, you need to smell. When you smell the coffee, what is your reaction when it's good coffee? You can say like, it's good coffee, and then you're happy. But if the coffee smell not so good, it's like, yeah, this is not good coffee. Oh, when you smell the coffee, there are some memories. I remember my family, my friends. Sometimes people say, I remember my first cup of coffee when I went to university. Yeah. In Guatemala, we don't remember because we start tasting coffee when we are like 10 months or 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah, babies. And then coffee covered by the house. If you want a nice picture, you can take your phone with the slow motion, and then you can say 1, 2, 3. If you want to do it. because it's not roasted.
This is where the coffee gets toasted. They package it here also. I've seen something like that back in Colombia, but a long time ago.
Okay, we have the first machines. They need to remove the red skin from the beans. And then we need to ferment the beans in water. You can see coffee over there. We leave just a little bit water, not too much, a little bit water. And then they wash, and then they dry the beans. So to dry off in the patio, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days. No rain because there is summertime. Or if the rain comes a little bit, we need to put the beans all together with the plastic. Only the coffee that is avocado tree. Avocado tree provides shade to the coffee. We use Gravilea and then Inga. They provide shade to the coffee. Over there we have the small coffee plants, about 2 years old. So almost 3. But that is like the babies, yeah. And this one is 8. Also, we are going to see the small ones. When they are like 2 months, we call little soldiers, and 2 weeks later, we call butterfly. So we're going to see the nursery. When appear 2 leaves, we call butterfly. That one, no, that one is parrot tail. Cola de perico, parrot tail.
Some coffee. Plants. Lemons.
Okay, so what is interesting too? Now, 2 beans. Two beans is female. 2 beans. 1 bean. But look at this. So this is 1 bean. So this is the male. But why can you see this one also? Do you know why is this one? This is the female. Remember, male is not possible to grow by itself. They need always the female. So the female try to grow on the male, but the female produces all the nutrients to germinate the male. Yeah. And then this is empty, no coffee. So male and
If I eat the red skin, then maybe I die. Alright, so first we need to get the bean out. Let's see. Oh! Right, I got the other half left. So it's a bit sweet, but it doesn't have a strong taste. Definitely doesn't have a coffee taste, like typical coffee taste from a drink. 1 out of 10. Not more. Curious. coffee, water, papaya, sugar, 15 lemon juice.
You can try the jams with the sticks we have here, and this is for the trash can.
Thank you.
And we're going to make coffee in this machine. It's called a vacuum coffee maker. So vacuum.
So it's roasted coffee that's been used here, right?
Yeah. roasted
Okay.
bean.
Yeah, roasted bean. Oh, tastes good.
And there is,
Tastes like coffee.
coffee.
But not acid. So actually it tastes like sweet coffee, basically, so I would give it 8 out of 10 on the gem scale, because I expected worse. So this is not espresso. Tastes strong. Yeah, good, like 8 out of 10. Alright guys, the final stop here in Guatemala Antigua Guatemala, I don't remember the order, is the mountain with the mountain with a cross on it. So that's where I'm heading to right now. I think should not be too much time, maybe 20 minutes or so, and then I'll head back to the capital. So let's move and see how tough it is, but it doesn't look so hard. Yeah, should be easy. It's only about 50-60 meters up. So it should take me from here about 5 minutes, I guess. Easy peasy. So it says on the internet, I read that it is from the 30s, and I guess 2030s, in fact. Yeah. So let's check it out. What is going on here? Hola. Gracias. Okay. Some people collecting money, but the entrance is free actually, but it's probably for the maintenance of this place. All you need here, we've arrived, guys. This is a dock here. Careful, I almost took a step on it. And there you have the wings, quite typical of this place. Yeah, places like that. Some snacks and stuff. And then there's the cross, the highlight. And I would say, yeah, clearly the highlight, but also the view that you have here is the highlight. So you see pretty much the whole Antigua from here. Right there. Yeah, so it's more of a chill hike here. It takes like 10 minutes maybe if you walk fast, or 20 minutes if you walk slowly and make breaks, but not so tough. And then over there, right there, you see the volcano, right? That once erupted and destroyed part of the city as well. Alright guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this video and the city of Guatemala, Antigua, and maybe you're from here, so comment and tell me if you like the city or not. And my video also. Like it, click the like button if you like it, click the dislike button if you don't like it, it's also fine, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos, and click the bell button in order not to miss any of my upcoming videos. Take care guys.
Se mueve mucho. Pero es divertido. Bueno, exactamente. ¿Ustedes de dónde son? ¿Dónde? Ah, ok, de acá. Ok, entiendo. Es que yo vengo desde lejos, y allá no tenemos buses así. Yo soy ruso y vivo en Alemania hace como 10 años. Es mi primera vez acá. Sí. Mi segundo día. Gracias. It's moving a lot. So I start here, but I move over there. Once we turn, you'll see that. So they call them chicken bus because they used to be yellow. So those are the school buses from the US, I think, but they changed the color. So I think the chicken bus is because of the color, the original color, yellow.